Cece, please accept my condolences. At my parents' funeral, I responded to everyone who came like a zombie. 3 days ago, my parents' company filed for bankruptcy, and they jumped from the top of the company hand in hand. On this day, I experienced the death of both parents and the arrival of creditors. The initiator of all this was my boyfriend of many years, Fang Jr. He used me to take away my parents' company, and then dumped me and married the young lady of the Kui family. On the day of his wedding, I came to the place where my parents jumped off the building and jumped down. I hate you, Fang Jr. I slowly closed my eyes. Marry him, marry him. When I came to my senses, I saw Fang Jr., to be precise, the young Fang Jr. I accepted his proposal when I graduated from my senior year, and that year he used our relationship to enter my company. 2 years later, he caused my family to be broken up. Fortunately, I was reborn once, and everything is still in time. Cece, you haven't answered me yet. Are you willing to marry me? My silence made Fang Jr. look ugly, and he began to urge anxiously. In order to completely get rid of Fang Jr., I looked for candidates in the crowd. Soon, I saw Jinghao in the crowd. I remember that before Fang Jr. proposed to me, I had just rejected Jinghao's confession. Isn't a big boy who likes me and is Sunny the best choice for me now? I don't want to. I ran to Jinghao and held his hand. The person I like is him. Fang Jr. stood up in front of everyone, staring at the tightly held hands of Jinghao and me. Cece, what did you say? Fang Jr., I don't love you anymore. Let's break up. I took Jinghao's hand and strode away amid the discussion of the crowd. After walking a long way, I found a place where no one was and stopped. Jinghao, thank you today. Turning around, I found that Jinghao's cheeks were red. Is he shy? Sorry, I held your hand without your consent. Please don't mind. Jinghao shook his head. I don't mind. You just said you like me. Is that true? It's not that easy to get rid of Fang Jun. Starting a new relationship might be a good way. You just rejected me 2 days ago. You must be joking today. Jinghao buried his head even lower, like a wronged puppy. I'm not kidding. I held his hand. I changed my mind. Let's be together. The first day I broke up with Fang Jr. was the first day I was with Jinghao. Because of my seamless transition, I became famous in school, and I became famous for being a scumbag. When I returned to the dormitory, I was immediately criticized by my roommates. Lee Cece, are you crazy? You and Fang Jr. have been together for more than 3 years, and you just broke up with him like this. Not only did you break up, but you also made a seamless transition. What on earth are you thinking? Faced with the serial attacks, I waved my hands quickly. Stop, stop, stop. Sisters, it's actually very simple. I don't love Fang Jr. anymore. Jinghao is fine. You just wait for my sweet love. The sweet love hasn't started yet, and I waited for Fang Jr. first. As soon as I walked downstairs, I saw Fang Jr. with a gloomy face. My roommates patted my shoulders and left very tactfully. I wanted to leave too, but Fang Jr. stopped me in one step. Cece, why? I asked him this question several times when he broke my family, and I also asked myself many times, why did he show that he loved me so much? But he wanted to kill my parents. No reason. I walked around him and continued to move forward. Fang Jr. chased after me and grabbed me. What on earth made you change your mind? You talked to me about marriage a few days ago. Why did you suddenly change your mind? Fang Jr., let me go. I didn't want to say anything more to him. You hurt me. A white figure rushed in front of me and punched Fang Jr. in the face. You hurt her. At this moment, the puppy turned into a wolf dog. Jinghao, who was still aggrieved in front of me the day before, stood in front of me and became a hero this time. I'm talking to Cece. Is it your turn to intervene? Fang Jr. clenched his fists, suppressing the anger in his heart. Jinghao pulled me behind him and protected me with his body. Cece is my girlfriend now. Her business is my business. The quarrel between the two attracted the attention of many people. Fang Jr. valued face the most. And he didn't bother to argue when he saw people watching. Cece, I will come to you again. After saying that, he left quickly. Watching him leave, I was secretly worried. Fang Jun has been lurking around me for many years, all for my family's company. He won't give up until he achieves his goal. But I'm afraid he won't give up so easily. Cece, what's wrong? Jinghao's voice brought me back to reality, and I smiled and shook my head. It's okay. Thank you for today. You are my girlfriend. And it's my duty to protect you, girlfriend. I looked up at him, a little absent-minded. Jinghao has become my boyfriend in name only, but I'm still a little uncomfortable with him saying this identity. Where are you going? I deliberately avoided Jinghao's words just now. Jinghao seemed to have noticed it, but didn't ask any more questions. Bring you breakfast. Looking at the breakfast in his hand, my thoughts drifted away unconsciously. Fang Jun also doesn't have the habit of eating breakfast. In order to take good care of his stomach, I prepare breakfast for him almost every day, and he only eats a few bites every day, and sometimes he doesn't eat a single bite. At that time, I was really humble. What are you thinking about? Jinghao's voice brought me back to reality. I smiled and shook my head. It's okay. Look at what breakfast you prepared for me. Walking side by side with Jinghao on campus, I felt very relaxed. He sent me to the teaching building where I had class and stopped. Go to class. I'll wait for you here after class. What are you waiting for me for? Jinghao pointed behind me with a little vigilance. Looking in his direction, I saw Fang Jr. He looked straight at Jinghao and me, like a hungry wolf ready to hunt at any time. I subconsciously reached out and grabbed Jinghao. Do you have class in the first period? No, I'll go to class with you. Jinghao is really considerate. He guessed what I was thinking before I even opened my mouth. I took Jinghao's hand and sat down at the last seat in the classroom. Fang Jr. followed in and sat diagonally behind us. Come to think of it, Fang Jun has always wanted our company. Now he has been dumped by me before he has achieved his goal. How can he give up so easily? But he has failed in his emotional route now, and I don't know what he will do next. The old professor's class is very boring, and I have already listened to it once in my previous life, so I fell asleep unknowingly. What woke me up was the old professor's full-bodied call. Here, I stood up suddenly, and then I realized that my voice was a little louder just now. My call attracted the classmates in the classroom, and they all turned their heads to look at me. My face immediately became hot, and I smiled awkwardly. Professor, you called me? Yes, come on, answer this question. The old professor was also a little embarrassed, and pointed to the question on the PPT. Answering questions is not difficult for me. After all, I was also a top student in my previous life. After answering the questions fluently, I sat back in my seat, just wanting to find a crack in the ground to crawl into. At this time, a straight thumb was sent to me. Following the thumb, it was Jinghao. He was looking at me with a very praiseful expression. Your answer is really great. I couldn't help laughing, and the embarrassment just now was gone. Li Cici. After class, I took Jinghao and left. After a few steps, Fang Jun caught up and called me. I stopped and sighed helplessly. If you don't want to talk to him, let's go. Jinghao pulled my hand, as if it was my confidence. I was a little moved when I looked at him. But some things always have to have a result. Wait for me here. I'll go talk to him and come back soon. I patted Jinghao's hand and turned to walk towards Fang Jr. This time I walked very openly, without any hesitation. After rebirth, I hated Fang Jr. and was afraid of him. But this time I was no longer afraid. Fang Jr., can you stop following me? Seeing me walking towards him, Fang Jr. thought I had changed my mind, and his expression eased a little after hearing what I said. His face suddenly turned cold again. Are you really going to be with him? Well, is it not possible? I nodded frankly. Jinghao is very good. I feel very happy with him. Fang Jr. sneered. Li Cici, we have been together for a few years, and you turned around and got together with him. Is your heart made of stone? I know what your plan is. Since Fang Jr. has been unwilling to let me go, I don't need to beat around the bush with him anymore. I hit the nail on the head. Fang Jr.'s face looked a little ugly. Cici, what are you talking about? You studied financial management, which is very consistent with the business content of my company. If I don't break up with you, then as my fiancé, you will naturally join my company after graduation. Fang Jr., am I right? Fang Jr.'s eyes became a little flustered. So what? We are going to get married. Is there anything shameful about me joining your company? Indeed not. I am the only daughter of my parents. And this company will be handed over to me sooner or later, so it is natural for my fiancé to join our company. But some things cannot be messed up. If the cause and effect are wrong, the nature will change. But you proposed to me just to join my company. Isn't that shameful? Since I have decided not to pretend anymore, I will expose all the masks of Fang Jr. Having said that, Fang Jr. didn't plan to continue pretending. But Cece, I love you. You know best how I treated you in the past 3 years, right? How did I treat me? Thinking back to the 3 years I spent with him, I could only smile bitterly. I was devoted to him for 3 years, and I believed all his promises, but what did I get in return? He forced my parents to death, emptied my family's company, and gave the wedding that was originally mine to another person, Fang Jr. As we were talking, a girl in a pink skirt trotted towards him. You are Lee Cece, right? The girl looked me up and down with hostility in her eyes. Hello, I am Fang Jr.'s friend, Chai Inuo. When I heard her name, I suddenly raised my head and stared at her. Chai Inuo. This name is too familiar to me. The person who replaced my wedding was called Chai Inuo. It turns out that this person did not appear out of thin air, but I didn't notice it at all. Hello, I'm Lee Cece, Fang Jr.'s ex-girlfriend. I extended my hand to her in a friendly manner, hearing the word ex-girlfriend. Chai Inuo was stunned at first, and then showed a sly smile. Did you really break up with Fang Jr.? Yes, just a few days ago, so, if you want to pursue him, you can do it anytime. I explained all the circumstances, trying to weaken Chai Inuo's hostility towards me. After hearing what I said, Chai Inuo suddenly laughed a few times. Lee Cece, are you kidding? How could I pursue Fang Jr.? She walked a few steps forward to my side and took my hand. I am very interested in you. Interested in me? I was confused and felt that I was in a fog and couldn't figure it out. Chai Inuo smiled and took out her mobile phone. Add WeChat, and chat alone when you are free. I didn't refuse and added her WeChat. Chai Inuo quickly approved my application, and then took Fang Jr.'s hand. Then let's go first. Watching the figures of the two walking away, I felt more and more unpredictable. In the previous life, Chai Inuo replaced my position as the bride and entered the palace of marriage with Fang Jun, but now she said that she was interested in me. Who is Chai Inuo? I still want to. Jinghao reached out and patted my head gently. Let's go shopping. I touched my head and followed Jinghao out of the school obediently. He took me to a Mercedes-Benz and unlocked it. Get in the car. Let's go for a walk, Mercedes-Benz. I didn't expect that this new boyfriend I found was a rich man who was not exposed. Where are you going? I got in the car and fastened my seatbelt. Jinghao started the car and drove. Let's buy you clothes. He took me to the mall and entered the women's clothing area to carefully choose clothes for me. Seeing his serious look, I was a little absent-minded. I have a lot of clothes. No need to buy. It's clothes for important occasions. I see that you usually wear casual clothes, so I have to buy you one. Jinghao took out a pink dress and handed it to me. How about it? I couldn't help swallowing my saliva and pushed the clothes back. Sorry, I can't accept pink. What important occasion are you talking about? It's having dinner with my parents. I was full of questions. When will I have dinner with your parents? It's just, I told my parents about my relationship, and they wanted to meet you. Jinghao stared at me with his puppy eyes, looking innocent. I didn't object to meeting his parents, but it wasn't a decision made for me without my knowledge. I won't go. Jinghao, did you ask for my opinion before making this decision? I am a person, I have my own thoughts, and I will make my own decisions. After saying that, I turned around and left, and took a taxi back to the dormitory. In the next few days, no matter how Jinghao tried to find me, I ignored him. In my previous life, I had had enough of others making decisions for me. This time, I will never let others make decisions for me again. A few days before graduation, I went back home. Since I went to college, I rarely go home. My parents are especially happy every time they see me. This is also the first time I have seen my parents again after a long time since my parents passed away in my previous life. When I saw my mother, I couldn't help but burst into tears and hugged her. Mom, I miss you so much. My mother thought it was because I hadn't been home for so long, so she hugged me and patted my back. Okay, you are such an old girl, and you are still crying in front of your mother. If you really miss your mother, come back more often. I wiped my tears and got out of my mother's arms. Okay, Mom, I will go home to accompany you every day after I finish my graduation work, okay? My mother reached out and wiped my tears, and took my hand with a loving look and sat down in the living room. By the way, how are you and Junior? My mother in this life doesn't know the true face of Fang Jr. In her heart, Fang Jr. is still the considerate future son-in-law. I broke up with him. My mother was very surprised when she heard the news. Break up? You and Jun have been together for so many years. Why did you break up suddenly? My mother felt that it was reasonable to be surprised. After all, when I talked to her on the phone some time ago, I told her that Fang Jun was also plotting to propose to me, and I found out, from the expectation of entering the palace of marriage to the breakup, it was only a week. Did something happen? In order to reassure my mother, I smiled and shook my head. Nothing. We are just not suitable. My excuse did not convince my mother. After all, Fang Jun and I had been in love for several years, and we had no foundation. There are times when we quarrel. Even when we quarrel, Fang Jr. always bows his head to coax me. My mother sees how we get along, and she knows that my personality is suitable for Fang Jr.'s personality that is willing to bow his head. If Fang Jr.'s true personality is like this, then of course he is suitable to accompany me for the rest of my life. It's a pity that all his obedience is a disguise. For the sake of my family's property, forget it. Mom won't ask anymore. My mother took my hand. You are already grown up. You can decide your own things. My mother got up and went to the kitchen to cook for me, and I went to the room. We hired an aunt at home, and she is basically responsible for the housework at home, but cooking has always been done by my mother herself. When my father started from scratch, my mother worked day and night with my father for many years. Now that the company is stable, my mother has retired from the front line and does what she wants to do at home. Cooking is one of her interests. Cece, let's eat. I sat down with my mother in the restaurant. The table was filled with my favorite dishes. How are you preparing for graduation? My mother smiled and picked up some food for me. Your father wants you to join our company after graduation to get familiar with it. However, we still respect your opinion. I have always been thinking about not joining our company. My mother knows this and persuades my father to respect my idea. In my previous life, it was with the help of my mother that I was able to start my own business after graduation, and Fang Jr. joined the company instead of me. At that time, I felt that Fang Jr. and I would always get married. It was the same whether I joined the company or he joined the company. It was also my behavior that brought the wolf into the house and harmed our family. Mom, I've thought about it. After graduation, I will go to the company to learn with my dad. My mother was a little surprised by my decision. She looked at me for a long time. You really think so? Yes, Mom. Dad only has me as a daughter, so of course I have to help Dad carry this burden. For the first time, I felt how happy it was to be able to sit with my mother and eat the food she made. I stayed at home for 2 days, and I went back to school because the teacher urged me to do it. As soon as I returned to the school gate, I saw Jinghao from a distance. I stood far away and didn't walk forward. Next to Jinghao, there stood a girl in a miniskirt. She ran and jumped beside Jinghao, looking particularly sunny. She and Jinghao stood together, and they were particularly well matched. I don't know why, but I felt that my heart was tightly grasped by an invisible hand, making me unable to breathe. I was moved. I couldn't ignore my feelings, and I had to admit that I was moved by Jinghao. Look, what kind of man is the man you chose? Fang Jun appeared behind me at some point, and his words were full of joking. I took a step back and distanced myself from him. What happened between Jinghao and me has nothing to do with you. Jinghao really has nothing to do with me, but you are everything to me. Fang Jr. grabbed my hand and held it tightly. Cece, I don't believe you can just say no to our relationship of so many years. I thought I had made it clear enough before, but I didn't expect Fang Jr. to still not let me go. I don't love you anymore, Fang Jr. I have nothing to do with you now. If you don't let go, I will call the police. I twisted my hand with all my strength, trying to struggle out of Fang Jr.'s hand. Fang Jr.'s expression began to become ferocious. Li Cece, you are mine. You can only be mine. I will never allow you to be with others. Fang Jr. began to roar and pulled me in another direction. Through him, I saw his car was in front. He was going to take me away. Those terrible images in my mind began to appear. I couldn't imagine what would happen if I was taken away by Fang Jr. Jinghao, save me. Jinghao heard my cry for help and ran towards us quickly. Before he caught up, Fang Jr. had already stuffed me into the passenger seat. I sat in the passenger seat, tapping the car window, watching Jinghao disappear from my sight. Fang Jr., you are kidnapping me. If you let me go now, everything will still have a chance. He stared at the front with his eyes fixed, ignoring my words. I have to find a way to save myself. After looking around in the car, I found that the door was not locked. That is to say, as long as I opened the door, I could jump out. But Fang Jr.'s car was too fast now. If I jumped out, I would probably die or be disabled. I have to wait for the opportunity. I took a few deep breaths and tried to calm myself down. Fang Jr., there are many rich girls in this world, and many like you. You don't have to do this wrong thing for me and ruin everything for you. In your heart, I am with you just for your family's money. Fang Jr.'s question stumped me. He destroyed everything for my company, didn't he? I didn't answer him, and waited quietly for the opportunity. Soon, the opportunity came. Fang Jr. encountered a red light and stopped the car. I reached out carefully and pressed the button to open the door. We have been together for so many years. Fang Jr., do you really love me? At the moment when Fang Jr. hesitated, I opened the door and jumped. When he reacted and wanted to catch me, the red light had turned green, and the car behind urged him to drive. Fang Jun had no choice but to drive the car and watch me leave. I ran for a while, but I really didn't have the strength to run any further, so I sat down on the side of the road. Ha ha ha, I laughed up to the sky. When facing my question, Fang Jr. was silent. For so many years, he didn't really love me. Cece. I opened my eyes, and the boy ran towards me, his eyes full of worry and concern for me. Cece, are you okay? Jinghao, why are you here? Jinghao helped me up from the ground and checked me carefully from top to bottom. Are you not injured? I shook my head, still in shock of his sudden appearance. I ran down when the car stopped. I'm not injured. How? Do you know I'm here? I saw you being taken away by Fang Jr., so I followed behind. Unexpectedly, I was still late. Jinghao was full of self-blame when he spoke. He blamed himself for not taking me back from Fang Jr. in the first place, and for going through so many things. Don't blame yourself. You didn't know this would happen. Besides, I'm fine now. I reached out and touched Jinghao's hair. When we finally got along so well, the girl in the miniskirt appeared beside Jinghao. When I saw her, the emotion I had just felt disappeared completely, and I took a step back from Jinghao unnaturally. Your friend is here. Jinghao looked at me puzzledly, then turned to look at the girl in the miniskirt, and suddenly laughed. Cece, did you misunderstand something? What did I misunderstand? At this moment, I was still very sad. And I didn't think about Jinghao's words at all. While talking, the girl in the miniskirt had already jumped in front of us and began to complain to Jinghao, you can't cross the river and burn the bridge. I can use my many years of driving skills to chase the car for you. Now that you have found someone, you don't care about my life or death. You are too concerned about relatives and friends. Cousin. My eyes moved between the girl in the miniskirt and Jinghao several times. And suddenly I understood what the misunderstanding Jinghao just mentioned was. Are you Jinghao's cousin? My cousin smiled and nodded. I heard that my cousin has found a girlfriend, and today I finally met her in person. I have to tell my aunt about this good news to make her happy. She knew it a long time ago. Jinghao took my hand and turned to my cousin and said, where is the car? My cousin pointed to the back. I can't drive in, so I parked in the back. Do you want to go to the hospital? I waved my hands repeatedly, not wanting to trouble her. No, I'm fine. I just need to go back and rest. Go. Jinghao made a decision for me directly, pulled me into the car and asked my cousin to take me to the hospital. When we arrived at the hospital, Jinghao asked the doctor to check my whole body. He was relieved to confirm that I only had a few scratches on my hands. My stomach growled, and I quickly covered it with my hand. I haven't had lunch yet, so, go back first. Don't say anything nonsense to my mother. Jinghao sent my cousin away and took me to a nearby Chinese restaurant. You just got scared. You can't eat too greasy food. Eat something light first. I was already hungry, and the food in this restaurant tasted particularly good to my taste, so I ate a lot. Are you going to call the police about Fang Jr.? Jinghao mentioned this matter when I was almost done eating. Probably because he was afraid of affecting my appetite. I put down my chopsticks and didn't answer immediately. In fact, when Fang Jr. decided to kidnap me, I already had an idea in my mind. Fang Jr. hurt our family so badly in his previous life. Of course I would not let him go easily just because we broke up. I have been waiting for an opportunity to make him pay back what he owed to our family in his previous life, and now this opportunity has come. I'm not going to call the police right now, but you have to go with me to the security guard. If you want to make someone suffer, you have to pull him down when he is at the peak of his life. If I remember correctly, Fang Jun will get his first offer from a big company after graduation soon. That will be the beginning of his future life and the most glorious moment of his life so far. I want to keep this handle in my hand and pull him down from the high point. But if I want this to go smoothly, I have to keep the surveillance records. Jinghao and I spent a long time with the school security guard, and the security guard refused to give us the surveillance no matter what. In the end, I don't know what method Jinghao used to successfully obtain this surveillance screen. With these evidences, what I have to do next is to wait. Soon, we welcomed graduation, and Jinghao and I stood together to take the first group photo. CC, as soon as we finished taking the group photo, Fang Jun came over with a cold face. I lost my good mood when I saw him, and I took Jinghao away. Fang Jun also didn't catch up, probably because he was busy with interviews recently and had no time to talk to me. A week after graduation, Fang Jun also posted the offer he got on WeChat Moments and said that he would start work in a week. I knew that my chance had come. Jinghao accompanied me to the police station to report the case. After the police saw the evidence I submitted, they quickly found Fang Jun. Fang Jun also saw me at the police station and was very excited. Li Cc, are you going to destroy me? Jinghao stood in front of me all the time and didn't let him get close to me at all. I just told you the truth about what you did, faced with sufficient evidence. Fang Jun did not deny it. He knew that his denial would be useless. In the end, he was sentenced to 1 year. In this life, I personally sent Fang Jun to prison. After Fang Jun was sentenced, Jinghao and I returned home. My mother was at the door. She saw me with tears in my eyes and hugged me. It's my mother who didn't protect you. From a mother's perspective, the last thing she wants to happen is that her child gets hurt. I also reached out and hugged my mother. For the first time, I felt that it was such a happy thing to be able to hug the person I love tightly. We sat down in the living room. My mother looked at Jinghao and then looked at me. Cc, do you want to introduce him to your father, mom and dad? This is my boyfriend, Jinghao. I held his hand. Jinghao treats me very well. In terms of feelings, my mother has never interfered with my decisions. As long as he is good to me and has good character, she will support me. My mother invited us to have a meal at home. Before leaving, she pulled me into the room alone. This is for you. I opened the box my mother handed over, and inside was a gold bracelet. Mom, why did you give me this? I originally wanted to wait for you but now I see that you and Jinghao are doing well, so I thought of giving it to you first. When you get married, you can use it. When I mentioned marriage, my face turned slightly red. Mom, Jinghao and I haven't been together for long. Why did you mention marriage? It's a matter of time. It's getting late. Let's go. My mother pushed me up. I was a little reluctant to leave with Jinghao. In the future, I will accompany you back to see your uncle and aunt more often. Jinghao felt my reluctance and comforted me. I smiled and walked forward. I have my own home. Why do I need you to accompany me? I think my uncle and aunt like me very much. Jinghao chased after me with a smile. After spending a long time together, Jinghao's face became thicker. A few days later, I took some time to visit Fang Jr. in prison. He sat in front of me in prison uniform, and he looked lifeless. What are you doing here? I should say, I came to see how miserable your end is. Everything was settled, and I didn't have to pretend in front of Fang Jr. Fang Jr. pulled his mouth and showed a disdainful smile. You are really straightforward, without any face. You are already in prison. What face do you still want? I smiled lightly. And I was particularly happy to see his miserable end. He did so many dirty things, and he deserved such an end. Cc, Fang Jr.'s face suddenly darkened. I'm really curious. You and I have such a good relationship. Why did you suddenly become like this? Want to put me to death? Why? How should I tell Fang Jr.? Then let me ask you, what is your plan? I leaned back in my chair and slowly told what Fang Jr. had done in his previous life. Get my feelings, enter my company through me, secretly take over, force my parents to death, and then win the rich girl. Is that so, Fang Jr.? I said it exactly. Fang Jr. looked at me in surprise and was silent for a long time. When did you know? Just now, you said that you have been lying to me for so many years. I lowered my head and cried and laughed a few times. Do I have to lie to you? Just think that I have experienced everything when I was dreaming, and I woke up after waking up from the dream. I stood up and prepared to leave, and Fang Jr. called me. You are not completely right. The person I want to marry has always been you, and I have never thought of forcing your parents to death. His words did not stop me, and I strode out. So what if it is? So what if it is not? These things have long been unimportant. Even if it wasn't what he wanted to do in his last life, Fang Jr. still killed my parents, and the person he married in the end was not me, in this life. I have changed everything. My parents will not die early because of him, and I will have my own love. Fang Jr.'s matter has been settled, and my father's company has been developing steadily. After graduation, I joined the company and learned from my father how to manage the company. My father also taught me everything he knew, but after all, I am young and a girl, and many people are not convinced of me. My father told me that this matter cannot be rushed, and I can only take it slowly. Cece. When Jinghao appeared, I remembered that I still had such a boyfriend. During this period, our work was very busy. Apart from WeChat, we rarely even called each other, let alone met. I haven't seen each other for a long time, and I miss it very much. I went over and hugged him. Why are you here? Didn't you say that the project will take some time to complete? I worked several night shifts to come to see you. Jinghao acted aggrieved. You have to compensate me. After spending a long time together, Jinghao also became thick-skinned. There is a hot spring hotel nearby. I'll treat you to a hot spring bath. I gave myself 2 days off and spent 2 days with Jinghao in the hotel. 2 days later, Jinghao had to go back to work, and I had to continue to work on company matters. Before I entered the company, Chai Inuo blocked my way. Cece, long time no see. I was a little surprised to see Chai Inuo. I don't know when I became so familiar with her, after all. In the last life, she and I were rivals in love or enemies. Miss Chai, do you have something to talk to me about? My attitude obviously made Chai Inuo a little dissatisfied. Cece, why are you so cold to me? I don't have any hatred with you. Right, there is indeed no hatred in this life. But the hatred between us in the last life was huge, and I am a person who holds grudges. I only met Miss Chai once, and today is the second time. I think my attitude does not need to be too enthusiastic. Seeing that I have no intention of getting close to her, Chai Inuo sighed. I came to you to talk about Fang Jr. I didn't expect you to really send him to prison. Fang Jr. did something he shouldn't have done. It was the law that put him in prison, not me. It seems that Chai Inuo still hasn't let go of his hatred for Fang Jr., and this time she came to find me for him. Actually, I don't have to find you, Chai Inuo said, and laughed. But you are the one who made me see Fang Jr.'s true face. I like you very much. Her words made me change my opinion of her a little. This Chai Inuo doesn't seem like a willful bad woman. Perhaps, in the last life, Chai Inuo didn't even know I existed. I accepted his proposal when I graduated from my senior year, and that was the year he joined my company with the help of our relationship. I'm here, Fang Jr., and I have been together for many years. I don't know what kind of relationship you have had over the years, but I can tell you that Fang Jr. is not a good person. He approaches you not because he really likes you, but because of your family affairs. Chai Inuo seemed to have known all this and was not surprised. I admit that he is not a good person, but how do you know that he approaches me because of my family affairs? Because I am like you. I used to believe in Fang Jr.'s sincerity, but in the end he ruined my family. Chai Inuo is not my friend or my relative. I have said some of the things within my moral bottom line. Miss Chai, if you listen to my advice, don't have any relationship with Fang Jr. after he is released from prison in a year. After that day, Chai Inuo has never appeared in my life again. My life got better little by little, and my relationship with Jinghao was very stable. In the 5th year of our relationship, I officially took over my family's company. And my father announced my marriage to Jinghao. At the engagement party, Jinghao took me to the balcony. Why did you suddenly change your mind and be with me? I stared and thought for a while. Maybe, we are destined to be together. We smiled at each other, and the future was full of flowers.